He will be using this entire stage up, down, in the front, so we do ask that those of you in the front just please don't reach out and interact with him if he gets close to you, but you are more than welcome to enjoy the view. He is a very fast, very curious little guy. Some of you already know who he is, and you might hear some clicking. So we are doing live training here today. So as he makes his way on out, you'll hear a lot of clicking noises, just like that one. And then you're going to notice after that click, our wildlife ambassador will be receiving a reinforcer or a reward for doing a good job. This is Skipper. And what kind of animal is Skipper?
Handsome.
He is handsome. We should have named him that. Anyone? You can yell it out. He's a raccoon. How many of you guys have ever seen a raccoon in real life before? Have you ever seen one in your backyard before? Do you guys like raccoons?
Yes.
I love it. Raccoons are fantastic animals. They are a native species here in California, but they are found all over the United States and down into Mexico a little bit as well. And Skipper has a really cool story. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Skipper's history here at the San Diego Zoo and how he came to be an ambassador. So Skipper has been here for a little over a year. He's 2 years old. And Skipper has a special story. So he came to us from an organization called Project Wildlife. Anyone familiar with Project Wildlife? A couple of you. It is a really wonderful organization that is connected to the San Diego Humane Society. And what they do is they are wildlife rescue and rehabbers. So they are out there with all of those orphaned and injured wildlife, taking them in, caring for them, and re-releasing them back into the wild. That is their main goal. Now, we have been looking for a raccoon ambassador for several years, and we just hadn't found the right fit yet, because raccoons are incredibly intelligent animals, and they can be a little bit ornery as well. So we were looking for the best personality fit to be able to work our animal off leash, as you're seeing here. So after years and years, we finally got a call from Project Wildlife. They found several orphaned raccoons on a boat here in San Diego. Now, they took those orphans in, they started rehabilitating them. They were doing well, they were on track to be released. And then a few weeks later, they got a call. There was another raccoon with those orphans that somebody we suspect had taken home as a pet. It was Skipper. And they brought him into Project Wildlife as well. Now, Skipper was not integrating with his siblings as well as they expected. He was very focused on humans. He wanted to be around humans. He was way too habituated to be released back out into the wild. So what happened was his siblings went back out into the wild, and we got to meet Skipper. And as soon as we met Skipper, we knew he was the right fit for our program here, so we brought him here to the San Diego Zoo. And we have been working with Skipper every single day, sometimes twice a day, for the past almost 2 years to get this result that you see here. What's really cool, and we talk about this a lot, is that a lot of us have pets at home, and we don't work with our pets as much as we work with our animals here. So we are doing so much training to get these animals to where they need to be to work comfortably off leash, to feel comfortable in this space. Okay. You'll see, so what we're doing right now is called a little bit of a reset. Skipper went back to his secured carrier to give Jamie a moment to put out some new puzzle feeders. Now, one thing about raccoons is they are incredibly intelligent and incredibly curious animals. Now, if you notice, he is kind of feeling with his hands. They are super dexterous individuals. And so what he's doing is he's using his fingers. Raccoons actually have about 10 times more nerve endings in their hands than we do. So we call their hands their eyes. They don't have great eyesight in the daytime. Those black stripes that you see are gonna help them with night vision. But during the day, he's gonna see a little bit, but he's really gonna use those hands and that sense of smell to navigate his environment. So what he's doing here is called a puzzle feeder. Some of you with dogs at home might recognize this device. And this is just challenging his brain and his body. Raccoons also have an excellent memory, so they can remember how to solve a puzzle or how to open a latch for what we think is up to 3 years, maybe even longer. Which means we could do a behavior with Skipper not do it again for 3 years, and in theory, he should remember how to do that behavior, which is pretty cool. So he has shown us that he is very intelligent, very motivated to train, and a little bit mischievous, as all raccoons are. But he is the cutest little guy. Now we have this little pool of water out here too that you've seen him taking some food into and out of. Does anybody know anything about raccoons and water? Oh, right on cue. Why is he taking his food into the water? What do you think?
And he's eating Mises pieces. That was a mouse.
That is exactly right. They need to put their food in the water so that their hands know what it is. I love the way you explain that. How does that make sense, though? Why does their food need to be wet for their hands to know what it is? Remember I told you they have about 10 times more nerve endings in those little hands than we do. If you guys notice when it rains outside, you can kind of smell more, right? You can smell the rain, you can smell the grass, sometimes you can smell the bugs. And so when it rains, our senses are heightened, our sense of smell in particular. When things are wet, his hands are heightened and he can feel so much more than he could before. So Skipper is going to take his food into the water so he can fully experience it and really understand what it is. And it's kind of like he's almost tasting the food with his hands there, which is pretty cool. Do you guys have any questions about raccoons while we're doing another little reset here? Go ahead.
How many rings are on his tail?
Ooh, how many rings are on his tail? Do you know the answer, Jamie? She says 7, question mark. I actually have never counted the rings on his tail.
Well, my reason for asking is, are all raccoons have the same number, or is it regional, or?
To my knowledge, I don't believe they all have the same number of rings like lemurs do. So lemurs have the same number of rings, but I am not 100% sure. I'd actually have to look that up. Are you giving me a thumbs up that I'm right? Or that, yeah, I might have to look that one up.
I looked it up, and I don't remember exactly, so okay. That's why I asked.
I'll double check on that one. See me next Wednesday for the answer. Stay tuned.
There we go.
How old is he? He is 2 years old, so Skipper is still a very, very young raccoon, a very curious raccoon. What Jamie just set up while we were chatting over here is a nest that we made. And so we have some fake eggs in there. Raccoons are known to raid birds' nests and get into those eggs. And so what happens is Jamie has set some food into those eggs, and Skipper is going to go raid that nest over there, show off a very natural behavior that raccoons would do out in their habitat. He's going to crack those open and get the goodies inside. There's a couple that are empty. Some are empty. That's how it goes. Now, can anyone tell me what raccoons eat?
They eat rats.
They eat rats. Good job. You guys can just shout it out. What else do they eat? Fruit? Uh-huh.
Everything.
Mice? Everything? There's no wrong answer. Raccoons are often called trash pandas or little bandits. And they are what I like to refer to as opportunistic omnivores. That's just a really fancy couple of words. That means they're going to eat anything they can find and catch and fit in that mouth of theirs. They have really, really sharp, strong teeth, and they've got a really strong stomach, so they can get into trash really easily. One of the things that people often forget to do is lock your trash cans. That's going to keep guys like Skipper out of your house. And if they get into something one time, they're super social animals. So what they're going to do is they're going to go tell all their friends, hey, last night I found pizza at the Joneses' residence. Come back, there might be something good tonight. He's going to show up with about 20 of his friends and spread the word from there. So raccoons kind of have this motto, what's yours is mine and what's mine is mine. So everything that they can get into is theirs, and they will tell their friends about it. So they're super social, super smart. If you guys ever encounter raccoons out in your yard, the best thing that you can do is just eliminate food sources close to your property. So if you've got cat food outside, they are coming to get it. They're very interested in it. Thankfully, we are very lucky that we were able to take Skipper in and that his siblings were able to go back out into the wild. We're really lucky that we have an organization like Project Wildlife here in San Diego. So if you guys ever encounter an injured raccoon or a raccoon that you think is orphaned or needs some help you guys can call Project Wildlife instead of interfering yourself. They are trained professionals and they're able to handle that situation really, really well.